All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Royally Unapologetic podcast, where we're talking all about building brands that make people pleasers clutch their pearls and dream clients say, oh, hell yes, take my money. Let's get into it. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, you can probably tell I'm literally wearing the same outfit as the last couple episodes because I'm recording multiple episodes at once. And you probably noticed in the background, my living room. I'm in my living room and I keep changing locations, not because I'm trying to make you think that I'm wearing the same outfit on multiple different days. It's just that the sun is literally chasing me around my living room. Today, I'm going to be walking you through the first 2 steps that I'm taking to double my monthly recurring revenue. And yes, you heard that correctly. I am doubling my monthly recurring revenue, and I'm going to be walking you through exactly what I'm doing to make that happen. And you already know I'm a manifesting and energetics girly through and through, but strategy and logic are so unbelievably important to the long-term growth and sustainability of your business. And with that said, the first step that I took on this journey to double my monthly recurring revenue was to do an offer audit. And when I say offer audit, I am looking at a number of different things. What offers do I currently have? What is my realistic capacity for each of these? Which ones are the most successful in terms of marketing and income that it brings in? Is my current audience in alignment with the fit of these offers? What is the structure of each of these offers? Is there a funnel? How does that look like to move people from one offer all the way into entry-level offer, all the way up to the highest paid offer? What does that look like? Are there any gaps that I'm finding? I am also checking to see if there's opportunities for me to shift any of my offers to create more capacity, maybe integrate passive income, things like that. And one thing that I always come back to with myself and my clients is the question of, does this support the life that I want to live, not just the income I want to make? And that is a really common thing, especially for people inside the CEO Growth Lab, which is my 3-month growth consulting container, is that they are so growth minded, which I absolutely love. They have these amazing, big, beautiful, ambitious as fuck goals, which is amazing, but they get so excited about the growth that they forget to create space for their life. And this is really common, especially for people who love their work. I'm guilty of this too. And I had this exact conversation with one of my growth consulting clients recently. I was like, you are building this offer, you're building this container in this way, but when you're talking to me about your dream life, this offer and your dream life are not aligned. This offer built this way is not going to support the life that you are wanting to live. So if those aren't aligned, we need to look at it differently. We tweaked that offer in a few really strategic ways so that we could build it in a way that would support her dream life, not just the dream income. And she didn't have to ditch that offer. We just had to make some little strategic shifts in the offer structure as well as the marketing so that it could support the life that she wants. And like I said, this is something I always come back to, because you should not be building a business that's just going to burn you out or not support the life that you want to live. We work to live, not live to work. Even in entrepreneurship, even when we love our jobs so freaking much. And so when I was doing this for myself, I was able to spot some opportunities where I could shift my capacity and run a few offers a little bit differently to better serve the life that I want and still honor my love for that work. So a couple things I'm doing, I'll be adding some things like a template shop for some passive income. I'm also going to be converting my coaching container, High Voltage, into a course so that I can run passively and create space for me to increase my capacity for things like my website projects and my CEO Growth Lab consulting container. And when I run offer audits for my clients and myself, these are the types of questions that I'm asking and that we're reflecting on so that we can expand, we can contract, we can move the offers and build them in a way or shift them in a way that supports the life and the income, not just the income. And speaking of income, that brings me to the second step in doubling my monthly recurring revenue, and that is doing a little bit of girl math. Obviously, you cannot scale a business if you do not look at the numbers. So when I was doing the offer audit, I was also looking at the minimums and the maximums in terms of my capacity and the income that that would generate. And with that, I am able to identify what is the most important, what's the most profitable, are there potential bottlenecks in my capacity that would prevent me from being able to reach this income? What do my numbers need to be in order to sustain myself, to hit my goals, and or surpass them? And being able to look at the monetary side of my business. I also looked at my current and projected expenses, because when you are implementing strategies for growth, a lot of the time your marketing output, your content output, all these different things is going to be more. You're often expanding your marketing ecosystem in that process. So you're going to be putting out more stuff, which requires you to do more work. And a lot of the times you are going to outsource some of that work, or you're going to shift and outsource alternate things in your business so that you can focus on that yourself. So you're not just able to say, like, oh, I want to increase my monthly recurring revenue, so I need to hire somebody to do the work, and that's going to magically get me to X dollars per month. It is not that simple. So I looked at what it would realistically take me in terms of my marketing output, my time, DM conversations, sales, all that stuff, and the potential areas where I would need to outsource to make that possible in terms of my output and me managing my own time and capacity, and what the expense would be for that, and then how that's going to affect my take-home pay, because your revenue does not equal your take-home pay. So I had to get clear on what those expenses would be and what they would look like in business and my time and all that stuff. So in doubling my monthly recurring revenue, I am also going to double my expenses. However, that investment is going to 4x my marketing output at a minimum. So girl math, it's basically free. Slay. And what these first two steps are allowing me to do is lay a foundation for where my business is now and set realistic expectations for how I can do what I need to do in order to achieve the goal of doubling my monthly recurring revenue, rather than just slapping a price on something or launching a new offer that doesn't work with my existing offer suite or doesn't support the life that I want to live, doing more things, pushing harder, burning myself out. I don't have to do that because I've laid a realistic, correct foundation that is very well rounded and mindful, and I can set those realistic expectations and take aligned action on the steps that need to be done that coincide with the growth that I want to have. And it's laying the groundwork for how we're going to build this new business infrastructure to get what I want, which is the doubled monthly recurring revenue. And this is the same work that I'm doing with my clients inside the CEO Growth Lab. We are clearly mapping where your business is now and setting a vision for where you want to go. And then we're building and implementing a strategic roadmap on how to get there. And we're doing that in 3-month sprints. For some clients, this is involving building, launching, and marketing new offers. For others, it is refining their content and building these rinse and repeat marketing cycles so they don't have to reinvent the wheel every freaking time they go to want to post. It makes putting or increasing that marketing output so much easier. For others, it's building and implementing referral programs, internal and external promotions, team management planning. One of my clients even decided to launch a second business, and now we're building that from the ground up. So if you are in a season where you want to double your monthly recurring revenue and you want a clear action plan and weekly tasks to guide you on how to get there faster with a sustainable foundation so you can actually keep that long-term growth, rather than hitting a 20K month and then being like burnt out, and then you go back to 10K, 5K months, and then you have to rebuild all of that stuff again, you are going to want to get inside the CEO Growth Lab. This is where we are doing that 3-month growth consulting. We are laying the foundation for where you are now and where you want to take your business. And I'm giving you a clear action plan on how to get there. And every single week, you're getting tasks from me inside your portal. So you literally don't have to focus on anything else. You're not going to get distracted. You're only going to be working on the things that actually are going to make a difference in your business. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please rate and review the show. Let me know what you thought. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Share it with a business bestie, because this work is so freaking important. And I'm literally guiding you through exactly how I am going to be implementing my 2x my revenue goal so you can do it yourself. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the next one.